Welcome to the new age of team building.
Hi, this is Chen, CEO and the big kid of Geoteaming, your team coach and expert in corporate team building and leadership skills. This month's team tip is about Fracture and the mini-huddle. So after the last couple of events that I've had, I've been able to work with some executive groups, and this is seems to be a recurring theme that has come up in the past few small group facilitations that I've been working in. So in this month's team tip, I'd like to talk about a team tip about fracture. Have you ever been in a meeting where the meeting is going great, then all of a sudden you hit a bump, and then the room explodes into multiple side conversations? No one is listening to each other, and most of all, nothing is getting done. Well, if that's happened to you, I have a tip for you. So when this happens and you're in charge of the meeting, or maybe even if you're not in charge of the meeting, but you want to regain control because you're frustrated with wasting 1 through 8 or 15 people's time, then what you want to do is think this, right? Think about the mini-huddle. The mini-huddle is what your group needs to do if they fracture. Someone needs to say stop, gather everybody back together, decide what goal it is that you're working on, what you want to do about it, and of course start moving forward again as a team. And the last event that I saw with this is that we had a team that started out, and I was able to predict that they were going to fracture. We had a small discussion about something. They started talking to it, about it one person at a time with everybody listening, and then they hit the side subject, and boom, the room exploded. 6 different side conversations. Everybody's talking, but nobody is listening. So what happened is when they went the first time out on their geoteaming course, is they went out there, and the first challenge they hit was really challenging. Boom, the team split 6 different directions, just like they did in the room, but now they're physically walking in 6 different directions. In fact, one guy who was assigned something to count something walked off, everyone thought he was working, and he took a work call. So he comes back to the group when everyone kind of got back together, and nothing had actually happened. They're like, why didn't you do your job? And he goes, I had to take a call, it was important. So that was really the next thing that happened. This team came into the midpoint debrief where we had a small 30-minute discussion in the middle of the course. We discussed what was happening in the course, what did that mean to them, and more importantly, what did they want to do different. They made just 3 agreements about how they were going to work as a team. And it was as simple as, again, we're going to have a mini huddle before we take off, or in different directions if we want to try and solve a challenge. They were going to have a pre-architected plan, and they were going to check in with each other all along the way. So as soon as they did that, they did these 3 very simple things. In the same amount of time, in an hour, they were able to score 45% more revenue in the second half of the course because of their improvement in their team process and their strategy. So I think this is really a key piece in here about the lesson and, more importantly, the return on investment of the mini-huddle when your team begins to fracture. Remember, when your group fractures, use the mini-huddle. Get your team back together, focused, ready to move forward together. All right, this is Chen, CEO and the big kid of Geoteaming, your team coach and expert in corporate team building and leadership skills. We'll see you next month.